So listen, I just had this crazy revelation about pride. The scripture that says pride comes before the fall. And I was talking with my wife, and I got this revelation as we were talking about a certain topic, and how when we think about pride coming before the fall, we talk about a person being arrogant in their heart before they fall, right? But the Lord just showed me how in many cases the scripture pride comes before the fall speaks of an elevation of an individual, that an individual will become arrogant and he will begin to elevate in life before his destruction. So think about it. Think about the Tower of Babel and how that was a symbol of pride. And the pride was first found in their hearts of the people, but then they began to build this tower up to heaven. That was a show of their pride, an open, manifest show of their pride. And as they began to build this structure, then God came and confused them, and the tower was ceased. The building of the tower ceased. Think about Satan and how sin was in his heart, pride was in his heart, and he was allowed to deceive and allowed to continue doing the things that he was doing in heaven and trying to build his own kingdom for his own name, and then he fell. So when we talk about pride coming before the fall, typically we think about the heart only. But what God is showing me is that, and what he wants us to understand is that when a person's arrogance takes over their life and in their heart, you may see an elevation in that person's life. You may see them become exalted. You may see them become promoted. You may see them in success. But it's really just an elevation that will one day come to an end, and it will come to an end when they have reached a pinnacle of their arrogance. And everyone sees them as this individual that is so great. But then in a moment, just like P. Diddy, in a moment, everyone sees their shame openly. So it's important for us, listen, when you're successful, but you know you have pride in your heart, when you're arrogant and you're in your arrogance and living it out, and you're living your own life and you're rejecting God, but you're seeing this climb of success, but you know in your heart you're arrogant. You know in your heart you're dealing with pride. You know in your heart you're not doing the things that God has called you to do. And let me rephrase something. Not that you're dealing with pride, you're walking in pride. You're walking in pride, but you're seeing this elevation in your life. Be careful, because it might just be the result of your pride elevating you to a success that will eventually bring you shame. Pride comes before destruction. Elevation comes before destruction.